Alright, Nitendoku here. So, thank you for taking time to watch me. And, well, I'm in a pretty happy, decent mood. It's Saturday, so that always helps. Um, so yes, it's Saturday. Well, at least for me it is. So, if if you are a couple of days ahead of me, then happy, whatever. But today it's Saturday and I'm happy and I want to give some happiness to, whoever is watching this. And well, let's see here. For myself, um, when it comes to happiness for me personally, you know, I think of, the people that I've met, you know, talking with them and, learning different things and, you know, even when I do go out sometimes, it's not as much, but I go out, but, and I'm, when I leave my room to go out and do whatever I have to go out and do, I'm happy because, I have a happy mindset. I don't force myself to be happy or, think of one little situation to make myself happy. I'm happy because I'm genuinely happy, you know, whether I had a conversation with somebody or whether I just listen to some good, decent music, I'm happy. And I always try and extend my happiness to other people, whether it's through videos, whether it's, through podcasting, whatever. I'm always that type of person, you know. When I first started off, I wasn't really sure, I really didn't have a groove about, putting out videos and podcasting came much later, but when it came to videos, I didn't have a groove or anything. It was just like, video, just talk, blah, 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 blah. But now it's like, all right, I got a groove. I mean, I've done 300 something videos already. I've done maybe 2, 3 podcasting type things on Facebook somewhere. I'd have to look for that, and I'm just happy. And like I said, I want to give happiness to other people because, in this day and age, man, with so much, you know, dark stuff happening and suffering and pain and, you know, all that type of stuff going on, it can wear you down, honestly. And the number of times I've had to cover stuff, tragic stuff and whatnot, it wore me down, and I would say I'm always cheerful, but sometimes it was like when it was covering stuff, it was just sometimes it was a little much, and I would either be too upset, too angry, or after doing the video, I realized, all right, I was just really passionate and upset about things, and now, I do my best to, watch, when it comes to my emotions and putting out videos. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes it kind of slips through and, it's kind of there. But for the most part, I'm relatively calm, you know. Now, if it's like being happy for an intro or whatever, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. You know, I'm not like one to complain about it or anything, but I I have found my own sense of happiness. Like I said, whether it's talking with people, making sure other people are happy, um, because we're all the same, regardless of skin color, gender, belief, whatever, we're all the same, and I genuinely try and, emphasize that, I don't hate people, man. I don't have time for that. I don't want to waste energy on that. I don't really care to put that type of energy around myself and then try and put that energy off and give it to other people and all that, because that's not happiness. You know, that's just, it's not happiness. You know, pretending to be happiness, forcing happiness, onto yourself when you're not happy. You know, it's it's an illusion of happiness. You know, seriously, it is. It's a illusion of happiness. It's not happiness. You know, nowadays, as my brother, Carl Smith would say, you know, people nowadays love what's fake and they hate what's real. And, you know, I've been saying that for a while. You know, me, I don't love things that are fake. I love things that are real, and I don't really care for those that are fake. If it's something entertaining, even though it's fake, yeah, sure, I'll care. I'll get a laugh out of it, but, you know, I try and give people, a different perspective of viewpoints because, nowadays it's either me, or us, or them, or some type of, you know, pointless excuse that goes on where people can literally just discriminate against people or hate people or, target people and, all that hatred, you know, all that hatred's gotta go somewhere. It's not gonna stay there. It's not gonna disappear. It's not gonna, you know, correct itself if you just, no, it's not doing any of that. And, you know, I've talked with many people, you know, awesome people, people I consider, family in my own right, from, you know, London to, you know, Nepal to, you know, India to, you know, Bhutan, countries in Asia to, just people in general who aren't even, people I care about mostly because, like I said, I don't have time to hate people. I don't have time for that. I don't want to put that type of energy in my life where I have to hate people or any of that because honestly, it's crap and it's pointless to do that, you know. And nowadays, people have this notion, like like I said, people have this notion of loving what's fake and what's not real, and hating what's real. You know, whether it's having the newest phone or best jewelry or diamond encrusted type thing, or all these diamonds and stuff coming out of sold in jewelry stores. You don't know where they came from actually. The fact that those diamonds and all that that stuff you love is blood diamonds. They come from conflict zones, war zones. Seriously, like all that stuff that you love is fake, man. Somebody, there's blood on those things. Metaphorically, yeah, but there's blood on those things, man. And them shoes that you love so much, they're made in a factory in a sweatshop. You know, and yeah, I have some shoes like that myself, but you know, I would never sit there and get like a diamond encrusted ring for like a female in my life. No, I'll give you like a partially gold ring or something, but you're not getting no damn diamond or some type of conflict diamond crap from me. Hell no, I ain't spending money on that. Even if I had the money, no. Because I'm not gonna contribute to that type of, you know, I'm just not gonna contribute to that, man. And like I said, my base genuine happiness is talking with people, listening to people's problems, and not letting it wear me down or any of that, because I think also, when you genuinely care about people, you listen to their problems. You do that. Not because they asked or because you said you would or anything. It's because it's nature to care, you know. But it's also nature to hurt, to, pretend people didn't do anything or you know, whatever type of excuse wants to be thrown out there, and for me, I still care about people. Even if, you're done wrong or whatever. Because at the same time, I don't have time to fight over stuff, to cry myself to sleep or to almost feel, like there's no hope for me or, what I'm going through because I didn't want to bring people down with me. I had to deal with what I had to deal with on my own, you know, and they'll still be made out to be, oh, you didn't do anything, you know, and that also goes back to, protecting yourself. So this will pretty much be a two-parter. It'll be about happiness and it'll be about protecting yourself. I mean protecting yourself. I don't mean physically or any other type of protection except, you gotta protect yourself mentally when it comes to people. Because if you're burnt out from doing A to Z for people and you still have to go through the process of helping and whatnot and you're burnt out, you know, you can't help anybody if you yourself are burnt out. It's ridiculous, it's nonsense and it's crap to pretty much not take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, you know, spiritually. It's crap not to take care of yourself, but go help people blindly and not take care of yourself. And I, for one, I'm not going to put myself in that position. If I come to a point where I feel like I have to go ghost or disappear for a while to better myself mentally, then that's what I have to do. You know, I think also if people truly, genuinely care, You know, they wouldn't have to ask, why did you leave when I needed you the most, or whatever. You know, even with them going through stuff, you can't help people if you yourself have clouded mind. You know, if two people have clouded mind and one's trying to help one person, but the other person has a clouded mind too, that's not help. That's not helping the person you want to help. You know, it's not helping them. You're telling yourself you're still helping them, but you're not because you yourself are burnt out. But you can't tell that person that I might need to go away for a little while. No, because as the person who helps, that's not what you're supposed to do per se. You're supposed to be this second thing. But again, if you yourself can't deal with your own mental state, your own problem, because when you're helping people, you yourself are vulnerable mentally, emotionally. It's not the fact that the person has their guard down. You too have your guard down when it comes to helping people and being there and wiping the tears from their eyes and being there. You too have that type of impact, you know. And I think when it comes to situations like that, people who do that type of good, they get overlooked, you know. Especially back to my point when it comes to, people loving fake and people loving fake stuff and hating on the real stuff, you know. And when you care about people, you do pretty much everything, you know. Go under the knee, go, fight, fight in these trenches, fight in those trenches, do all that. Take, like I said, take all the bullets, the shrapnel, whatever, you know. And the other person is just there, you know. You don't even want anything in return after going through hell with the person. That's how selfish, compassionate people are. People with empathy, people with sympathy. That's how, you know, underrated it is when you're helping people. But at the same time, too, you can't think of it as, oh, I'm looked at as a hero by that person or anything. Especially if you aren't dealing with what you have going on, dealing with the person and the situation. You can't do anything. Like I said, if you yourself have a clouded mind, you can't do anything. You cannot. If somebody puts down that they're able to do, so and so for people without having a clouded mind, they are lying. They are lying. You know, you cannot help people and not take care of yourself mentally and then still help people. You cannot do it. You know, and for the people who've done what it is they needed to do, there's nothing to show. There's nothing to prove. There's nothing to show, and there's nothing to prove. And nowadays, people have this thing where, like, you have to show loyalty, you have to show this, you have to show that. No. If you've been with people for a good chunk of time, not some 3, 4, 5 years, maybe 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 10 years. You don't have to ask loyalty. You don't have to say, show me loyalty or any of that. If it's 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 years, yeah. But anything past that, no. Nor should the person have to prove anything either. You know, that's the second thing. And whether it's lack of a misunderstanding or whatever, it's like at times it's like, you beat yourself up after everything that just goes down, and it's like, what did I not do everything right? Did I not do everything that was asked of me and whatnot? And you gotta say to yourself, you gotta remind yourself, no, scratch all that. I did everything possible, you know, within your own power, within your own mental capacity, you know. But for some people, subconsciously, it's not enough. It's not enough for people subconsciously. Not consciously. Consciously, people are aware of what you've done. Subconsciously, they want more. It's just human nature, it's just human nature to want more and more and more and more and more and more and more. But at the same time, if you don't protect yourself mentally, you're gonna feel like you've given more and more and more and more and more and more and more. And you're gonna feel like you've given everything that you've had. When in fact you already did. But we as humans, we have this resolve, we have this little extra bit in the tank type thing, you know? But again, subconsciously for people sometimes it's not enough. Consciously they know what you did. Of course they know. But it's not enough for people subconsciously. And that's one of the biggest misunderstandings about people, friendships, bonds that you form and stuff. People will want so much out of you subconsciously, but consciously they already know what you did. They're not gonna forget what you did. But people always want more. It's human nature. It's a messed up part of human nature, but it's human nature. And it's just one of those things you learn, you know. Care about people, love people, all that good stuff. But always protect yourself mentally. Always do that. And that's the thing people don't do nowadays. You know, people don't do that because they think there's no limit to that. There is a limit to that. When it comes to your yourself mentally, emotionally, there's a limit. There has to be a limit. And nowadays people just, again, subconsciously they want more, but consciously they know what you did for them. So it's just, I don't know, man, but I'm gonna just leave it like that. So, yeah, thank you for watching. So, see you guys when I see you. Sayonara and Tashi delay. And remember, peace and love.